according to their website, the Satanic Temple has become the primary religious satanic organization in the world, with chapters internationally, and just a few weeks ago, the Satanic Temple appealed to the Supreme Court of the United States, claiming that abortion is a religious ritual and that laws interfering with abortion are a violation of religious rights. However, what is fascinating about this case is that this is the exact same argument used by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and it even involves the exact same state and exact same law. In 1986, the state of Missouri passed a law proclaiming that the life of each human being begins at conception, and because of this, they sought to enact restrictions to abortion. This was, of course, challenged by pro-abortionists, and eventually it made its way to the Supreme Court in the well-known case of Webster versus Reproductive Health Services. Sadly and shamefully, the headquarters for the worldwide Seventh-day Adventist Church had their lawyers file a brief before the Supreme Court arguing to block restrictions on abortion. That is to say, that the Adventist Church headquarters wanted to allow the killing of little children because they claimed that this is a religious freedom. And all of this is a documented historical fact. They made all sorts of outrageous and false statements and accusations, and I detailed this in my video right here. A few years ago, in 2014, this same state of Missouri passed a new law requiring that women who want abortions have to acknowledge that, yes, they are aware of the claim that an unborn child is a living human being. In 1986, they passed the law, but now they require that if you want an abortion, you have to acknowledge that you are aware of this claim. The Satanic Temple makes the claim that abortion is a religious ritual, and they are using the exact same argument used by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Now, this puts the church in a very interesting position, and we should all be watching closely for their response, because if it is true that abortion is really a religious freedom, then the church is obligated to defend the Satanic Temple. The church argued this same law before, and since it is now being forcefully applied, then the Adventist Church has to step in and defend the Satanists. If, however, the Adventist Church does not do anything, then they are allowing a grievous violation of church and state. Now, to those of you watching this video, take a moment to stop and consider the implications of this. If we are to believe the false and misleading statements of the religious liberty pundits in North America, that means that we have more in common with the Satanic Temple than we do with historic Adventism. The Adventist pioneers loudly and publicly condemned abortion as child murder and infanticide. They called it an enormous and appalling evil, and they openly, publicly supported anti-abortion legislation. Yet, today, we are being led to believe that these same pioneers were wrong and the Satanic Temple is correct. We are being led to believe that for over 100 years, Adventists from the 1860s all the way until 1970, they were all wrong. We are being led to believe that it makes more sense to take sides with the atheistic Satanic Temple than with other conservative Christians who want to make the killing of children illegal. To those of you watching this video, maybe you support abortion, or maybe you do not. Maybe you like my videos, or maybe you do not. But this situation here is placing the Adventist Church in a position where it must choose sides. Neutrality is not an option. Question for you: what do you think the Adventist Church is going to do? And especially, what are the implications if it does nothing? So I urge all of you, every chance that you get, bring this to the attention of church leaders and challenge them to defend the Satanists. They are using the exact same arguments used by Adventist church leaders for over 30 years. We have been told repeatedly over and over and over again that God is pro-choice on abortion. We have been told repeatedly, even by Ted Wilson himself, that killing little boys and girls, murdering little children is a matter of conscience. Our Religious Liberty Department, they have defended Muslims, they have defended Buddhists, Hindus. Our Religious Liberty Department has defended all sorts of faith groups because of the importance of religious freedom. So, to be consistent, because of the seriousness of this issue, they have to defend the Satanists. So what you can do is print out these articles and bring them into your Sabbath school. Go show them to your pastor and conference leaders and force them to explain this. If, as they have long claimed, that abortion is truly a matter of religious liberty, then they are bound and obligated by their own words to defend the Satanic temple. What message does the Adventist Church send to the world if it refuses to stand up for this violation of, quote, religious liberty? That is a very important question. Please share your thoughts and answers down below.